Tough one to swallow today?
No, it wasn't tough at all. It was just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassed.
How do you sum up the game other than embarrassing?
I don't think I can say much more than that, Darcy, to be honest. It was just a really, really embarrassing performance.
Is it frustrating for you to see there was so much scramble? I think there was this incredible try-saving effort on young Tonumaipea in the opening minutes, and then to just be torn apart in the middle, in the back end of the game. Is that frustrating?
We weren't prepared to fight for the 80, and they were. We were fighting for a top 4 spot today, and we delivered up that crap.
What was your message to the players immediately, Ricky?
Ask them, mate. They're allowed to talk now, apparently. I walk into the change rooms there, I got 47 texts. I never turned my phone on after the game, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong in what I was thinking tonight. Every one of those texters agreed with every fan out there and everything I believe in. Why don't the NRL get the referees to come in and answer some of these questions too? Or Tony Archer. When do they ever have to face any accountability? Now, the best thing the NRL done is just kept finding me and whacking the hell out of me so I don't say anything, to try and create some accountability in the game.
No. I love that play from the dummy half, as Ricky's not happy. With that?
It was a 40-20 with the chair.
I look like a whinger, which I don't really give a shit about, being labelled the whinger. But when you get a game out there where it's 8-1 in penalties, I just think that's probably needs a discussion. But whatever that type of interpretations in the game, it's just going to be blight on the game as well. I mean, we've been talking about it for years. You can't run forward and tackle somebody in front of you and not try and tackle the person with the football, can you? We've worked too hard in the off-season. We've changed a lot of those real bad habits that crept in there tonight, and that's what I've got to work with. Sorry, that's what I've got to deal with now and get it back out of us, because we've started the season really well and that was dismal.
Ricky, Matthew Timoko was solid down the edge there. How did you kind of see him in the second?
Nobody was solid tonight, mate. There wasn't a player in our team that was solid. Don't be giving praise to people who don't deserve it.
Ricky, when you say dealt with, do you mean changes or do you mean just the way that...
No, mate, we just got to... Yeah, there might be changes, yeah. But it was a performance that every individual out there were below par.
Did you talk about complacency before the game? Because it was so silent when the big boys are just rolling through.
And at 18-0, if I can get to 18-0 with complacency, I'll have complacency every week. It's not complacency.
So it's just your rotation?
No, it's not the rotation. It's individuals, not... It's individuals, not performing. They were winning 18-0 playing poor. You know, I'm not being disrespectful. That was a massive task for Cronulla to come back and score a try and then go bang bang again in the last 7 or 8 or 9 minutes.
I don't know, did you think they missed Jared there for a little while? We were thinking, oh geez.
When did we miss him, mate?
When did you miss him?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, you didn't think you ever missed him?
It was 18-0 with 67 to go.
And then they scored 3 tries and it got a bit hectic there.
But you reckon Jared would have stopped those 3? So yeah, when you're a leader, I'm only one of the leaders of this club. And it was a risk. But in leadership, you've got to take a risk. And these Muppets who have been bagging me, they're all the guys who will read the textbooks and talk about courageous leadership, man management, and they'll go out and talk at corporate functions, but they can't actually execute it. They're not the people I want in my football team. They're not the people I want in the trenches with me. There wasn't a player there tonight that didn't want Jared to have his 300th game at home. I didn't plan this last week. What I did was the right thing by all our Canberra fans, not to go out and buy tickets and come here, to save their hard-earned money, because I wanted to make sure they knew that I was resting Jared this week. I could have kept Jared in the team all week. They would have bought their tickets, the poor buggers would have had to come down here after work to see Jared play 300. But no, I did the right thing. I was open and honest, which I was probably wrong to be open and honest. I might as well just lie. It really shitted me off that these so-called experts who have never man-managed, who have never been leaders in regards to making tough decisions, and that was a big risk tonight, and I knew I was going to cop it from every one of you in here tonight if we had got beaten, but I was prepared to take the risk. That's leadership, not these other muppets who pretend they know.
You get to have the 300 off the back of a win and great performances the next couple of weeks.
This will be one of the biggest events we've had for a player in Canberra. Toots, Croker, Jared, Jace, one of my best mates. I don't know, where do you have to play, Don? Brisbane. He had to play, he's in Brisbane. So be it. I've made a decision, I want Jared to play his 300 at home. It'll be a great event for the club. We get nothing. The Raiders get nothing. We're battlers, we're just brawlers. You can see that tonight. And we're good at it and we're happy to be proud of it. But we'll have a great event this week, and Jared Croker deserves everything he gets next weekend. And he's going to have to bring the energy because he's going to be playing with a team that are very, very wounded and tired. Thanks. It's hard to get over those losses when, you know, it's taken away from you the way it was with you know, some really poor bunker decisions. Ben, I believe the bunker is damaging our game. I don't believe we need the bunker because they can't get it right. For some unknown reason, I can't understand how 2 elbows last week didn't get a charge. I really don't understand how we can penalise Corey Horsburgh on that shot on Lodge, where he's even come out and said that he faked it. We all knew he faked it. Everybody at the ground knew he faked it, and yet we have a bunker doctor who want to keep contributing into a game, and yet he laid on the ground for a number of seconds after a so-called headshot, and the bunker doctor didn't even want to have any HIO protocol involved with it. So I really believe the bunker is getting it so wrong that we need to only have the bunker be involved in contentious tries. I've had history with that kid. I know that kid very well. He was a weak-gutted dog as a kid, and he hasn't changed now. He's a weak-gutted dog person now.
It's hard to see. It's hard to see that it's a small screen. So, you know what? I can't imagine Jamin would have deliberately done that. So, yeah, I honestly didn't see it. I didn't really see it.
Ricky referred to Jamin as a weak-gutted dog. Is that how do you respond to those comments?
I don't think I need to respond to those comments. You know, I know what Jamin's like, and you know what? He's valuable in our club, and we love him. So,
Rick, what was your view of Hudson Simbin? Are you worried you might lose him next week?
Well, what was the sin binning for? Pushing?
Taking him out late off the ball, right. I think was the call.
Oh. Well, the buzzword's discretionary, isn't it? So, it's just a discretionary decision. But he shouldn't have even been, I mean, yeah, penalising. But if we're going to start sin binning people for that, we're going to be playing a lot of games of 12. But if that's a sin binning offence, and that is then a week off, it's got to be consistent every week, every game. But it won't be. And that's not having a crack at anyone. The referees have got a very, very difficult job. But I don't believe it's a sin bin offence.
Sort of tough preparing today. There's a bit of a pungent aroma down here in the new stadium.
Oh, I feel sorry for those people there with the stench. Like, I know people laugh at it, but we are the capital of Australia. And the stadium administration and the stadium people here are wonderful people. They accommodate us so well. Milton O'Brien and all his team are really, really good people. They and Canberra deserve a new stadium. It's absolutely crap that they don't build a stadium to look after Canberra's people. And I'm all for education, I'm all for hospitals, 100%, but we have to have some common sense. There was a concert here last week that people went to, and all the buses stopped and people were stranded. Like, honestly, politically, and I'm uneducated in politics, which I'm very happy about, but politicians should learn a little bit off sport. because I believe there's a lot of good leaders in sport.